Welcome back to Blind Item Breakdown. Our first blind item is about Justin Bieber and Hailey. The north of the border singer and his wife would be better off not calling the paparazzi when they go out because it just makes things look worse. They need to work out what they're going through and not care about getting photos out to the public. Now, I feel like this blind item is already right because every time we do get new paparazzi pictures, there's more concern for Justin. This comment reads that he's famous enough they could both afford to lie low for a while. Another comment reads, I'm so surprised that Justin is open with his drug use on social media. First, opening them up to a visit from Child Protective Services. And second, when she does leave him, she has all this evidence of why she left him and why she should have sole custody. Now, granted, smoking marijuana is legal in the US, so I don't know if those posts, I don't think they could affect him having custody of his kids. So let's just go ahead and leave, Jack Blues out of it. Another person writes that she's panicking. He doesn't give an F about anything but his drugs. I am totally indifferent to her, but everyone that was saying that she only got with him for money is wrong here. She's putting up with a lot. Another person added that I think that Hailey calls the pops. I think she enjoys letting the world see him at his worst. That way, if there's any type of conservatorship, she will be looking pretty. Like, look what I've had to put up with and done for this man to save his life. Now, recently, these two were spotted out getting some ice cream together. They were spotted together at Cold Stone Creamery in LA, which I've had Cold Stone in forever. I used to have it when I was a kid. They were also accompanied by Hailey's friend Lori Harvey, who is the daughter of Steve Harvey from Family Feud. I don't know how these two are constantly spotted out. It does make the blind item even more convincing because Hailey always seems to know where the camera's gonna be. It's like, oh no, babe, I think we should walk this way. And we've seen clips before where she's directing the paparazzis.
A video appears to show Hailey Bieber calling the paparazzi on herself. So this video that was shared by creator Shelley Rome appears to show Bieber engaging with the paparazzi and even posing for them. Just watch.
Huh? It could just be right here. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Thank you. Can you do the sidewalk? Yeah, you got that. Thank you, Heidi. Have a good day.
The reason that Hailey doing it is kind of shocking is because she previously said this about her relationship with the paparazzi.
I hate when people are like, well, you asked for this, because it's like, I don't think that's like a real thing to say. I didn't ask for grown men to follow me around with cameras, but I do understand that it comes with the territory.
So you don't want these grown men with their cameras following you around, but you're allegedly texting them. You're also instructing them, and that's not even alleged. We saw that in the video. But recently, it looks like her skincare line may no longer be hers because she's considering selling Rhode. She wants to sell it for $1 billion after launching it 3 years ago, which probably is a good business move, like get it while it's hot and get out of there. The star has hired JP Morgan and Global Investment Bank to assist her with her deal options. Since its launch, Rhode has been able to make around $200 million, but when it comes to a buyer, a sale might be difficult to do because the brand is only online. It's interesting because a lot of her competitors, like Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty, Makeup by Mario, so many others, they're not doing this because their business is worth more to own it. Plus, people are questioning whether she could actually sell this for $1 billion. Like, nobody paid $1 billion for Rare Beauty. Nobody's paid $1 billion for Makeup by Mario. Why would they pay for that for Rhode? It doesn't even have distribution, which I don't even know what that means. Like, what do you mean distribute? I guess maybe being sold in person. Hailey has revealed that she's the majority owner of this brand. She's the one who's put the most money into it. So it looks like if she does sell it, she's going to be the one also cashing out. Maybe she's going to step back and focus on Justin's new brand, Skylark, which is his new clothing brand that he's coming out with, which honestly, random timing, because who's really looking to go and buy clothes from Justin? So you guys know I live for a good mystery, breaking down celebrity scandals, connecting the dots, and following the tea. That is why I am hooked on today's sponsor, a game called June's Journey. It's giving old Hollywood fame meets true crime energy, and it's so much more than just another app. You step into the 1920s as June Parker, a bold, clever detective unraveling the murder of her sister. No badges, no fancy labs, just intuition, quick thinking, and social smarts. And you guys know we love some family drama, so you'll be uncovering some deep family secrets. I'm talking about drama, betrayal, even some love, and of course, some heartbreak. It's like a vintage soap opera, but with hidden object scenes and plot twists that you can actually play through. Plus, between chapters, you can literally decorate your own island. I've been playing the first couple chapters on my phone, and I'm into it. Each scene reveals new clues, and the stories update weekly, so there's always something to look forward to. Click the link in the description below, or scan the QR code on the screen to download it for free. It's available on all systems, iOS, Android, or PC, but I like to play on my phone. Give it a try, scan the QR code on the screen, or visit the link in the description below. Thank you, June's Journey, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Our next blind item also brings up Justin Bieber, so I thought let's keep it in the same sphere. It's about Drake, the rapper. It reads, the former wheelchair actor is being accused of Sean Combs level stuff. So is Drake the new Diddy? This comment reads that Kendrick Lamar has been saying this about Drake, which is true. He had an entire stadium at the Super Bowl screaming it, which that has to hurt. Another comment reads, I thought this has been understood for years that the wheelchair actor is a scummy, evil perv. Another comment reads, Drake, and I'm not surprised. Now, Drake and Justin did have a bizarre interaction recently. Justin made this post on his Instagram page, which look at the picture he posted, like the jump scare. But as you guys can see, Drake replied to his caption, which reads, DM me if you want to make music together. Drake wrote, I DM'd, but no reply. Drake, along with thousands like Big Sean, Kalani, Bailey Zimmerman, Jaden Smith, all wanted to collaborate with Justin. Others thought that Drake was being sarcastic after Justin Bieber allegedly unfollowed Drake earlier this week. At this time of this reporting, Justin does not follow Drake on Instagram, but it looks like Drake still follows Justin and his wife.
What they both need right now is each other. They need to come together and make some hits. For PR purposes, they could both use each other right now. You know, if they came together and they let all their personal stuff go aside and they were like, let's just make some banging music for the world, people would go insane. Everyone would be like, oh, what? What's going on? Oh, they're great music.
You know who's got to work with?
Benny Blanco.
Oh, it's crazy.
He's made every banger out there.
Justin needs him.
I know, but the thing is he can never.
Oh no, it's over.
So that's
now.
why he needs Drake.
Yeah.
While a collaboration could be good, I don't know how great it would be, especially with people in the comments disagreeing. Like this person writes, Drake would be a very, very bad person for Justin's PR right now. Another person writes that Drake literally groomed Justin's wife and she was underage, then dated her when she was of age. Another person adds, no, Justin needs to stay far from Drake. I actually just did a video about Shawn Mendes, HAILEY, and Justin that'll be coming out soon, but we brought up Drake within it, and I just want to show you guys a visual of like Drake and HAILEY hanging out because I did not remember this happening, but I can understand why Justin wouldn't want to collaborate with him. Now this blind item depresses me. It's about Britney Spears. It reads, the meth addiction of this permanent A-list singer is getting so bad that unless she gets help, she'll be dead very soon. You guys know we care about Britney Spears over on this channel, and it hurts to see that she may not be doing well. This comment writes, poor Britney, she clearly needs help that she's not getting. Another person writes, where do you guys stand on the conservatorship debate? Were her parents right all along? Another person adds that the concept of the conservatorship wasn't wrong, it just needed someone else in charge, which I disagree with that just because of how the probate court works. It's never just one person. It's an entire industry who's milking this person. One person wrote that the conservatorship needed to be modified, not ended. Now everyone will get what they wanted. PG7777 commented, she seems to have lost the plot. No sense of reality. I wonder who actually posts these videos. They're so damaging. Now I was going to do a deeper dive into this, but we need to talk about this video right now because Britney Spears' fans were left frightened and alarmed by a new video of her with chipped nails and messy hair. Which, one thing about Britney, her hair is always going to be messy. Like, we love you, Britney, but her hair is, that's just her hair. so I'm not surprised by that. But in this video she posted on social media, she has her British accent and she goes on to talk about the health of her chipped nails. She says, I haven't really had nails since I was in like 7th grade, and I'm like freaking out. They're really, really tiny, but still.
They're like really little. So little, it's weird. But I have a little bitty pinky nail. I haven't had nails since I was in like the 7th grade. I'm like freaking out. It's like really, really tiny, but still. It's like, hey, baby, can't believe it unless based on you. Yeah.
One person wrote on Twitter that Britney Spears' video about her nails is actually frightening. Another person adds, I don't care, that's not Britney Spears, her teeth never looked like that before. Now in the video, it does appear that she's wearing her jewelry, which is like the Be Tiny jewelry line that she had on her hand. Another person writes, why does she talk like this? So weird, like a little child. Well, she talked about regressing inside of her book, so that's just been an issue that she's had ever since her life was controlled. One person writes, her anxiety has always made it so she would bite off her nails. This shows that she's less anxious overall, which that sounds like a great sign. Britney will soon be very hands-on with her fully authorized biopic for Universal Pictures, which is still in its developmental stage. On March 23rd, director John M. Chu shut down speculation over whether Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter, Millie Bobby Brown, Emma Roberts, Sydney Sweeney, Addison Rae, Florence Pugh, Tate McRae, or Olivia Holt were going to play the role.
She's going to be very involved. I haven't really started anything fully yet. I have ideas and things of an approach and things, but it's very, very early.
Sydney Sweeney, Sabrina Carpenter, something around in those lines.
I've seen all the fan casting, I've seen all that stuff, and I always take those into consideration because maybe there's a good idea there. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the approach of the movie is before we know who's right for it. But I'm open for anything.
It's early year, Britney.
Well, we don't even know the approach then. I mean, we've got a lot of planning to do.
TikToker Addison Rae, who is often compared to the Queen of Pop, thinks no one deserves to play Britney. In an interview for The Hit List, Addison said,
I honestly don't think anyone deserves to play Britney. I don't even think it's right to compare me to her at all. I think she really, really created something that is untouchable and so in its own lane that nobody will ever truly be able to replicate what she did for music.
Addison Rae's got that right. Our next blind item is about Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. It reads, speaking of leaks, don't believe the hype. There's no way that the lawyers of the A-list singer want her to have anything to do with the A-list actress until everything goes away. Now, I did see reports that Blake Lively and Taylor Swift are getting along again. One comment reads, if this is about Taylor and Blake, well, Taylor's fans didn't care when she was dating a horrible, gross man who did Nazi salutes on stage and a whole bunch of other really gross things. It baffles me that her fan base didn't care. Another comment reads, curse of the girl squad. So far, only Selena and Sabrina have managed to maintain relevance after joining it for now. They add that I read that Phoebe Waller-Bridge might be getting canned from Amazon soon, so even she wasn't safe. Another comment reads, Hollywood's biggest mean girl with great hair. Now, the Daily Mail did report that Taylor Swift is talking to Blake Lively as the actress apologizes for dragging Taylor into the lawsuit with Justin Baldoni. In February, it was reported that Taylor had to take a step back from their decade-long friendship after her shock involvement in this lawsuit. However, it appears that Taylor and Blake have made amends, with reports that the actress said sorry over dragging her into the drama. A source told News Nation that Taylor and Blake have worked everything out. Blake apologized and they're talking again, which is a good sign because it seems like their close bond had deteriorated, with Taylor reportedly refusing an invitation to the SNL 50th anniversary with Blake as a guest there. We also saw Kim Kardashian there, so I can understand why Taylor didn't want to go. The global frenzy around Blake left Taylor questioning her close friendships and how she can prevent external factors from damaging her own reputation. An insider said that Taylor's taking stock of which friends are good for her and who name drops her for personal gain after Blake Gate. Makes me think of like Ice Spice, because I mean, Ice Spice doesn't have the best reputation either. I don't know why Taylor's hanging out with her. Now, they have not been spotted together. We have no pictures of Blake and Taylor hanging out. I don't know if the apology was over the phone. The last time Blake and Taylor were together was when they did a double date with Ryan Reynolds and Travis Kelce in October, which is crazy because so much has changed since then.
Let me tell you why this is interesting. So a few days ago, Blake Lively made a 800-page filing. The 800-page filing was in response to Jed Wallace, and this filing was on April 4th. News Nation are the ones that broke the Taylor Swift and Blake Lively are Speaking Again news 3 days ago, which makes that April 4th. And this was reported right before Blake dropped the 800-page filing. So this is just another tactic to get people on Blake's side, which is a fail. Like, I don't even know why they think this would help them. This is all BS to me, because from the beginning, like, I love Taylor, but I think Taylor Swift knew exactly what was going on. She knew her part in this. She knew she's very powerful. She knew she would most likely have influence on Justin Baldoni. She didn't just show up at the apartment not knowing what was going on and just sitting there like, I'm innocent. No. Like, if you believe that, then you're a delulu. But it seems like Blake called in a little favor to one of her dragons, being Taylor Swift. Because let's not forget, guys, like, Taylor's not just like one of Blake's friends. Like, she's literally the godmother to her child. Taylor still most likely does not want to be seen with Blake. That is too dangerous. Maybe she threw her this little article to help out.
Let's talk about Post Malone. I'm about to see him at Coachella this weekend. The very, very young girlfriend of the country singer turned rapper turned country singer told friends that she is trying to get pregnant. If that happens, she will be kicked out just like the last baby mama. Wait. So is Post Malone not a family man? I mean, honestly, I don't know much about him personally. This comment reads, if he knows she's trying to get pregnant and he doesn't want that, just end the relationship now. Which that would be nice if everything was as honest and simple as that. But we do have a headline about Post Malone. He's flaunting his new romance after a shock split from former fiance, which, wow, Post Malone is looking skinny. Wow, don't you miss when everyone had a little bit more like meat on their bones? It's like, damn, I probably look big next to Post Malone now. Post Malone and his new girlfriend, Christy Lee, see you at Coachella, Christy, enjoyed a glamorous date at the posh steakhouse Beef Bar in Paris. What a name. It's like always the most bougie places with the names like that. Now, the two were first spotted together in January after TMZ reported that Post Malone ended things with his former fiance, rumored to be named Jamie, which I'm like, wait, so we don't even know who Jamie is? Later last year, Post and Jamie will celebrate the third birthday of their daughter, whose initials are DDP, sometime in May. Wait, how does he have everything so under wraps? Post said on Call Her Daddy, I've always wanted kids in a big family, and I could tell she was going to be a really good mama, and she's like the #1 mom in the effing universe. So he had nice words for her in 2023. We're not married, it was just a proposal. I had lost a significant amount of money at a table in Las Vegas. We go upstairs and I'm off my rocker hammered. I'm like, hey, do you want to marry me? I got a ring and all this stuff. And she said no. And she's like, ask me tomorrow. And I was like, all right. And then I did. I was sober and it was nice. Okay, well, at least she saved that for herself. Christy's trip to France appears to be all pleasure and not business, as her boss was hard at work pulling looks for celebrity clients. So it looks like she works as like a stylist or something like that.
Post Malone usually doesn't like to go flex when it comes to his love life, but lately he's been putting his new girlfriend, Christy Lee, front and center. The singer was spotted stepping out with the Parsons School of Design student at Yves Saint Laurent in Paris. Ooh. Now later the two were caught smooching on the sidewalk. Romance and PDA? I love to see it. International dates seem to be their thing. You know, the couple was first seen together at the Mascagni Hotel in Rome back in January.
Now, I'm still hung up on this mysterious baby mama, Jamie. And actually, that same reporter did a little bit more of a deep dive into his past dating history. So I wanted to include that clip as well. You guys probably don't know who Jamie is either.
Post's first public relationship was with Ashlyn Diaz, who he dated from 2015 to 2018. At the time, a source told Us Weekly that Ashlyn called it quits, but another insider claimed it was mutual, with Post busy working on an album in Utah. After that, he sparked romance rumors with South Korean artist MLMA, short for Me Love Me A Lot. Fans caught wind when she posted and then deleted a cozy Instagram photo and a TikTok in 2021, calling him cute in the caption. Then came the surprise baby news. In March of 2022, Post told TMZ that he was expecting his first child with his longtime girlfriend, who had never publicly been identified. All of a sudden, there's a baby and a mystery girl? Way to drop a bomb. He told the outlet, I'm excited for this next chapter in my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and for since I could remember, I was sad. Time to take care of my body and my family and friends and spread as much love as we can every day. By June, he revealed on the Howard Stern show that he was officially a dad and a fiance. While he kept her name under wraps, he did credit her with helping him through his rough battle with alcohol.
I met a really beautiful person that made me feel like a human being again. Yeah, she saved my life. It's pretty epic.
Later on Call Her Daddy, Post admitted it took 2 tries to pop the question in Vegas before she said yes. Hey, second time's the charm.
Stairs and I'm like off my rocker, hammered. And I was like, hey, you want to marry me? I got a ring and all this stuff. And then she said no. She's like, ask me tomorrow. And I was like, all right, yeah. And then I did. And I was sober and it was nice.
But by the end of 2024, TMZ reported the engagement was off.
Now, some people are not happy with Post Malone's actions. This person writes, he has a daughter at home but prefers spending time with a girl who graduated high school in 2022, around the same time his daughter was born. Another person added that something is off with this. Our next blind item is about The Weeknd, Bella Hadid, and Simi Khadra. It reads, when he needs inspiration, the end of the week singer still hooks up with his ex, which is why all the songs are about her and not his longtime girlfriend. This comment reads, I seriously doubt that The Weeknd and Bella are still hooking up on the down low. I really hope that's not true. While I'm a huge fan, I think Bella is better off with her cowboy than she is with The Weeknd. Another comment reads, now this is a true muse. Now, Bella Hadid did open up about her breakup from The Weeknd, who I love The Weeknd. He's one of my favorite artists. Bella Hadid said it was the second most traumatizing breakup of her life after she was forced to give away her pet horse. Oh, okay. So, number one was her horse Lego. Number two is The Weeknd. I guess that's flattering. I mean, she is like a Nepo baby, people, so let's be real. The hardest breakup she's ever had was her horse. She said it was my first breakup, or second, next to the horse, and so public. As an outsider, you might think I handled it so well, but they're always in your heart, and you always feel it very heavily. It'll be a long time until I guess she gets over it. She said, I'll always respect him and always love him. Sometimes you want to be sad about it or handle it differently, but at the end of the day, you never want to burn a bridge that you fought so hard to build. Since they broke up, he ended up getting with Selena Gomez, which was a wild time when they dated. Now back to that blind item about Bella Hadid being used by The Weeknd as inspiration. So his album is titled Hurry Up Tomorrow, and the song is titled Reflections Laughing, and there's a voicemail within the track that is some mysterious woman, possibly Bella Hadid. The woman says, I know you're up. You think I don't know you're staying up all night, cooped up in that hotel room. I know you. You still got that adrenaline from the concert. Ain't no way you're asleep. My girl told me she saw you in Dallas. You didn't look good.
You think I don't know you're staying up all night, cooped up in that hotel room?
I mean, it does sound like Bella Hadid.
You still got that adrenaline from the concert.
It really does, unless he picked someone to try to mimic her tone of voice. So you guys get the idea. One person asked on Twitter, that's Bella Hadid on the phone with The Weeknd on Reflections Laughing. Another person wrote, y'all know it's Cherry 22. I think it's just meant to sound like Bella. Now, I think that's the case as well. I do think it's supposed to sound like Bella because of the inflections in her voice, but it's actually an R&B singer, Cherry 22. It makes sense because she's also signed to his record label, XO Records. One person noted that it's probably a recreation of the actual audio message from Bella Hadid, like how he did this in his concerts. It seems to be a common theme. One person added, I agree with you. The fact that she asks how long he's been in Texas for makes me think it's her because she's been living there with her new boyfriend. Yolanda is there too. I think she was present in his life at a very vulnerable time, hence all the muse. Why is he's so obsessed with her? People question that, but I think maybe he's still hung up on that relationship. At Coachella in 2023, The Weeknd was spotted with his current girlfriend. Her name is Simi, and they were spotted wearing matching outfits. The pair is fairly private about the relationship and make infrequent official appearances together, but they've been going strong for years. Simi is actually a twin. Her sister is named Hayes. They were born in 1993, and they are the younger sisters of one of Kendall and Kylie Jenner's best friends, Faye. We've actually talked about him before. Just a couple months ago, Just Jared shared photos of the pair leaving the Living Room Club after the Grammys party. They were also photographed together on March 30th, 2025, so it seems like they are happy together and doing just fine. But I do have a feeling that Bella still feels uneasy about their relationship.
I think they gained a lot of attention for being publicly close to Bella Hadid, but then hooking up with her ex-boyfriend, probably the biggest male music star in the world, The Weeknd. For those who weren't aware, Bella dated The Weeknd from 2015 to I think 2019 on and off. Hooking up with one of your pal's exes that she dated long term would seem to be a violation of girl code. But then again, I believe they're still cool with Selena Gomez, who also dated The Weeknd, so perhaps things are just different in Hollywood.
Our next blind item is about the Minecraft movie. Comment below if you guys are going to go and see that. It reads, so the lesson to be learned by this A-list influencer who's Valkyrie is that when you call out the behavior of the former underwater superhero, which is about Jason Momoa for being a jerk when he was being a jerk, is that you're going to get your cameo dropped from the biggest movie of the year, and the former underwater superhero can continue being a jerk. Now, we did talk about when Jason Momoa was called out by Valkyrie, and hopefully I'm saying her name right. You guys are going to eat me up in the comments. One person questioned, who is advising her? Rachel Zegler? Another person added, did she expect everyone to sing Kumbaya? So he yelled at people. So what? Another person wrote, somebody with a YouTube audience got cut from the Minecraft movie. Cue tiny violin. Steve commented, lesson learned, don't try to cancel people. He complained something was taking too long and it changed the vibe. Keep that in the house, complain to his face, or better yet, just don't. Now, I remember when she spoke out about his behavior, so it is crazy that they cut her from the film. She first announced her cameo in a live stream last year, and it seemed like she was excited to be part of the film, but during a 2024 September podcast interview with a fellow YouTuber, she revealed things were not great behind the scenes. She said, I saw him mistreat some of the crew and it was pretty disappointing. He was yelling and it seemed like he was really mad about how long something was taking. It kind of changed the vibe completely, which when it comes to being on set, it is really intense.
Worst celebrity or streamer experience? You don't have to say the name.
I will say the name. How do I say this? So Minecraft movie. I have a cameo in the Minecraft movie. It's coming out.
She had a cameo, unfortunately, and she doesn't have one now.
I would have to say Jason Momoa.
Really? Aquaman?
I just saw him like mistreat some of the crew, and it was pretty disappointing. It was after a very intense scene, and it was a very emotional scene, so maybe he was still in character, I don't know, but I just was kind of surprised by how he treated like some of the crew, and it was like...
What would he do? Like he said, give me a fucking coffee.
He was just really mad at them that they weren't doing something right. The way it was like setting up like the shot and stuff, and like he was just angry, like really mad and like yelling, and so I was like, man, this is like not a good work environment. Like I would not be happy working under these conditions. So yeah, I would probably have to say that was probably like the worst like celebrity thing I've seen.
Now, I am not a fan of anyone who talks down to others. I don't think that's acceptable. And I'm not doubting that Jason was probably an a-hole like in this moment, but these are kind of how Hollywood works. I mean, she's going to end up just getting cut, which is unfortunate. She claims that she got no formal explanation on why she was cut from the film, but it tends to happen. I mean, I heard in White Lotus there was an entire actor who was cut from the entire storyline. Now, this isn't the first time that Jason Momoa has been accused of inappropriate conduct on set. Reports from production of Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom included claims that he arrived intoxicated on set and even dressed up as Johnny Depp, a move that many people found deeply disrespectful given the film's connection to Amber Heard. So Jason, he is messy, huh? Some fans are reacting. One person said that Valkyrie did not deserve this. She did the right thing by speaking up. It's disgusting if that's why she was cut. Another person added, we wanted to see a gamer in that movie because she earned it. Now it just feels like we're being reminded that Hollywood still protects the powerful no matter who gets hurt. Our next blind item is about Russell Brand. If you guys did not watch the Let's Get Into It podcast yesterday, definitely go and check it out. We did a deep dive into him. This blind item reads, remember after the director-actor was first accused, he went to the beach and got himself popped with his wife and family. The foreign-born actor-comic host has now done the exact same thing. Different state, but same concept. Which it kind of sounds like they're talking about Justin Baldoni and Russell Brand, because Justin Baldoni has been in Hawaii since all of the legal issues have been going down. The comment reads, Russell Brand. Was anyone really surprised? Another person commented that Russell lives in Florida, so maybe going to the beach isn't that surprising. But Trevor said that it's pretty fortunate that a photographer happened to be there to document this wholesome moment between them, which I think, you could see between the lines, especially because I used to live in Florida, and people who live in Florida, a lot of them don't go to the beach, especially just every day. So it's not a casual, just ran into Russell Brand at the beach. One person wrote, I know a girl that slept with him when she was 19 and he was 34. Gross, but not illegal. So make of that what you will. Nightbird commented, he seems creepy to me. He's claiming to be a born-again Christian. Now he's cosplaying a creepy Jesus. Now here are some of the photos of him and his family at the beach. Russell Brand's not letting his legal troubles derail his pre-planned family vacation, which also, if he's living in Florida, would he have to go back to the UK to go and address these charges against him? Because can't he just stay in America? Would America go and extradite him? or deport him there. Russell has been charged by 4 different women with 4 different charges between the years 1990 through 2005. Russell Brand has a popular show on Rumble, and that's where I guess we're going to see him address some of these accusations.
I'm going to address as best I can the charges of sexual assault and in the UK that have been made against me. What I feel when looking at it with my heart as open as I can manage is that knowing that there are people that to whatever degree and for whatever reason willing to participate in a venture of this nature means that I recognise that I must have in some ways caused harm. In those giddy and hedonistic days,
Wait, so that's a little bit of some admission of guilt right there, right?
those ludicrous dark days, those days where I was part of a culture that then seemed to warmly applaud and celebrate Epicureanism, the relentless pursuit of pleasure, a kind of casual godlessness, the kind of godlessness that leads to the erection, forgive the word, of false gods everywhere. One minute this is your idol, the next minute this is your idol. Fall down, bow down and worship.
It almost seems like he's trying to act like he's aware of these, he's accepted it, he's already moved on, and it's like, oh, okay, he's just playing it off, which it's kind of odd to see someone own these kind of accusations. We don't really see that too often.
Their corporate and consumer altars. When I was in that world, I must have been captured by a kind of darkness. But remember, for 22 and a half years, I've been drug and alcohol free, and I have a pretty good memory of accounts. And I also know that I'm a person that very much respects the idea of consent. And I pray that over the coming months, when I participate with full volition and total cooperation in any legal inquiry, we'll get to see how the justice system operates in the United Kingdom.
Definitely an interesting way to approach this. This comment reads, lock him up. Another person adds, lot of babble. Clearly he did nefarious things. He is guilty. More comments read, I believe he's innocent. Another person writes, he does not sound like an innocent person. And then Lottie wrote, why can't he just speak normally? I saved Meghan Markle for last because you guys do not like when I talk about Meghan. This blinded reads, what no one is coming out and saying is that when the illiterate one does a lot of day drinking, she could be her very worst, as the charity director learned. Now, viewers of Meghan's Netflix show say they want to spend the day at her house as she serves up boozy lunches to her guests. Meghan invited all of her closest celebrity pals, including Mindy Kaling and Rory Choi, and many other people over to her home to give them a bunch of drinks and have lunch, which sounds like, rich people behavior. One person wrote on Twitter, one thing Meghan and I have in common is that we have a midday drink no matter what we're doing. Hers is a fancy champagne. I take the coldest beer. Another person penned, but with love, Meghan makes me want to live in LA and drink champagne in the afternoon while I cook fried chicken. A third person wrote, one of the best moments of each episode is when Meghan insists they all drink. Another person wrote, those pours were so heavy, I'm not mad at it. My dream is to day drink with Meghan at this point. And actually, it seems like the show is doing well for her, at least from these reviews. I mean, this person chimed in, the show's like hanging out with one of your artsy, crafty girlfriends as you drink good wine and eat foods outside your normal fare.
Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, thanks for having us. The tea is to the side. To a life well lived. And to you. And to you. Here's our tequila.
Wow, look at her. She does like to drink.
That smells good. And we're ready. This is why my mahjong game is never quite as strong.
But celebrity friend and The Office star Mindy Kaling appeared slightly taken back by the offer of an alcoholic drink when Meghan declared it's let's have a little beverage alongside their frittata in episode 2. Mindy said, I think this is the earliest I've had alcohol in a long time, which Meghan joked, oh, welcome to Montecito. I guess they were cooking dinner together. Meghan said, we're working very hard over here as they poured drinks. She said, we really are. Before they said, working hard or hardly working, which must be the life. That is it for Blind Item Breakdown. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow is Coachella. I will be there. If anyone else is attending, come and say hi. Otherwise, we will be on Instagram, on TikTok, posting there. We also will be updating you guys on any drama I see on the ground. You know what I mean? But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Blind Item Breakdown. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys. Thank you again, June's Journey, for sponsoring this video. Scan the QR code on the screen or visit the link in the description below. I'll see you there.